Just don't get any tears inside the dish. I mean, it's got enough salt in there already. Boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Mark's Easy Eats. Now, due to popular demand, I'm coming at you with an Egyptian dish. Now, what it is, it's basically a chicken schnitzel or a chicken schnitty if you're from Australia, but it's an Egyptian version of it. They call it chicken boftek in Arabic. Some even fancy Egyptians call it chicken baner, a bit of French in there. Basically, it's just chicken or chicken breast or thigh. I like the chicken breast, it's better. Breadcrumbs, I'm gonna give it to you in the best way possible. Stay tuned. All right, let's get straight into it, guys. Really quick, we'll go through the ingredients. We got some normal flour, we got some breadcrumbs. I'm finding the Crummies brand, I'm not sponsored by them, but I'm finding really good, crunchy results. Salt, pepper, we're gonna go canola oil. You can use sunflower oil. We've got a couple of eggs. We got some red onions, 2 to 3, 2 big ones, 3 medium ones, lime, onion powder, garlic powder, and of course, chicken breast. All right, the first step we're gonna do, we're gonna get our chicken breast and we're gonna cut it up into thin slices. Now, a lot of tradition is to say we're gonna get them into thicker bits and get a mallet and smash it up. Not my style, too much effort, too much work. Now, how we're gonna cut this up into thin strips, we're gonna get a sharp knife, put your hand on top of the chicken breast and obviously be very careful not to cut your hands. And we're just gonna cut across. Now, I'll show you how thick we want it. We want pieces this thick. We're talking about a centimeter, max couple centimeters thick in the center. Now, once these pieces are done, we're gonna put them aside into a tray and away we go to the next step. But for now, again, nice thin strips across. If the strips do come out a bit bigger, it is fine. There's ways we're gonna flatten them out. All right, guys, we're about to make the marinade. What you need, like I said, is a food processor. It's a very basic marinade, but what you're gonna smell here, the smells, the flavors, it's very, very much Egypt. All right, now 2 large red onions or 3 medium ones as I've got here. What you wanna do is obviously take all the skin off, maybe cut them into 4s, chuck it straight into the blender. Let's get straight to it. Alrighty, so now I've got our onions cut up into quarters, chucked straight in. I must warn you, it is gonna burn your eyes. I mean, I'm very sensitive to this. I'm gonna start tearing up in a minute. Worth it. Cop it. Trust me, the juices that come out of this, it's incredible. Now we want the juice of 2 limes. Once your lime juice is in there, we wanna get a nice crack of pepper and salt. Don't go too much because we are gonna put a lot of salt and pepper at other stages, but just enough in there. The marinade's ready to go. Get your blender ready and we pulse. All right, after we've done that for a little bit, what we want to do is just get something to scrape down the sides just to make sure we get as much of this onion blended as possible. This onion juice is going to be our marinade, so make sure it's all blended. Now guys, do this, give it another 1 or 2 rounds. All right, that'll do it for me. Now, I've warned you guys, it's gonna absolutely ruin your eyes. I mean, if you're anything like me, my nose is already running. It's gonna start dripping any second now. My eyes are gone. It is worth it. Trust me, let's get ready to rock and roll. Now we've got this marinade done. What we wanna do is dump this on top of the chicken, marinate onion juice with lime and salt and pepper into the tray. Oh, you know what I love? I love this dish because the color of this marinade is the best thing about it. Now, obviously with clean hands, get down and dirty, get in there, give this a nice thorough mix. Just massage it right into that chicken. All right, we put that marinade on. Now we're gonna get some Glad wrap. We're gonna cover her up. Now it's gonna go into the fridge for about minimum half an hour. I mean, if you can do more, good, it's just gonna tenderize it. I think half an hour, 40 minutes is perfect. While that chicken is in there marinating, let's get the next step ready. Now, we're gonna use, you know, the breadcrumbs and the flour, all this stuff to coat the chicken. Now, we should get that ready because that 20 minutes, half an hour marination goes in a heartbeat. First things, in the first tray we're gonna set up, we're just gonna get some plain flour. Now, with every step along the way, I do want to marinate, I do want to add a bit of seasoning, which is salt and pepper. Not a crazy amount, just enough in there. Now, the second tray, this is where the fun happens. We want approximately 2 cups worth of these breadcrumbs. Done. 2 cups of breadcrumbs. 2 tablespoons of onion powder and 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. That's 1, Maybe a fancy pudding area like this. 2. Done. Now I know it sounds like there's a lot of onion in this, but it becomes very subtle towards the end, and it's a very, very nice flavor, and she'll appreciate. So tablespoon 1, tablespoon 2, salt, pepper. We're doing this each way, each step along the way, I should say. A little bit of a quick mix here. This is the important one. We've got to give it a thorough mix, just to make sure all those flavors go together. Alrighty, guys, the marination has been taken out. Look at the color here. That onion juice has done wonders. That lime juice, the acidity of it, it's gonna tenderize that chicken to make it nice and soft. And if you do wanna make it a bit more flat, instead of getting a mallet, just look at your finger in this process. We'll just push it in. Now, let's get our egg into this tray. Now, once the eggs are in there, you wanna get a whisk or a fork, and then just whip them up. That's done. All right, let's start this process. Now, first you want to do, as best as you can, just get rid of any of these onion bits off the chicken. Just as best as you can, just with your fingers. Once that's off, what we want to do is get a layer of flour on it. So just put it in, get the flour on it. And then after the flour, it's going to go straight into the egg. Now, instead of doing this one by one, it's going to take forever. What I've decided to do is onion off, into the flour, into the egg. We'll let it sit there till we've done all of them. And when it's in there, then we can mix them all up together. All right, guys, last bit done. This damned onion burning marks fucking eyes tray is finished. Let's get out of the way. Now that that is done, now we want to get obviously these pieces of chicken into the egg wash just so we can get the breadcrumbs stuck on there. Get it on there, let it drip dry for a second. Now, cover the top of it, get the breadcrumbs on it. Now, this is the part where I'm saying just push down gently with your fingers, just to flatten out a little bit. Honestly, it's not even compulsory. The chicken is so tender and softly cut that it shouldn't matter. It's done, put it into this tray. And guys, once this part is done, then we start the real fun. Guys, once you finish this part, completely optional. If you want the best results, the best of the best results, whack these in the fridge half an hour. That coat is gonna get nice and firmly on there. It's not gonna get off. The marination, come on, keeps coming, becomes a bit more better. If you want it for the best way, do it like this. If you don't care, you're just hungry, get your little fryer out, get a pan, something a bit deeper, fill it up with canola oil or sunflower oil. I wouldn't use any other oil. They take the temperature pretty well. Then we're gonna fry these things off, all right? Let's get going. All right, boys and girls, we are back. We are ready to start deep frying these chicken pieces. You're in for a good time. Now, what you wanna get ready is a plate or a tray. Put some paper towels on the bottom just to suck up any excess oil, because you don't want this A, to get soggy, B, whatever oil can suck up. Yeah, I know. Doesn't sound like I'm trying to be healthy with this butter and oil here, but trust me, a little bit better than nothing. Now, a bit of a pro tip, if you've got some sort of wire tray or some sort of rack like this, put it on top of that plate. Now, what I like to do is once I finish cooking the chicken, put them on top, let it drip dry in there. What I want you guys to do is a medium to medium high heat. Here in this case, using a stainless steel, I'm probably gonna go medium heat. Now, the extra secret to make this taste delicious is a little bit of butter. Now, it looks like a lot, guys, who cares? You're doing all this chicken and this little bit of butter, it's not a big deal. Chuck it in there, it's gonna make things come out great. Get a little bit of these crumbs, whatever's left on the side, put it in there. Once that starts bubbling up, that's when you know the heat is right, we're ready to go. All right, boys and girls, let's get this show on the road. Yeah. That bit of a sizzle, that's the sound we want. Now, roll it in away from you. You don't want this to go everywhere on you. You don't want to splash. And the other thing is, you guys, you don't want to overcrowd the pan. And what I mean by that is, if there's too much in there, the temperature's going to go down too much. It's not going to be a good job. You want to give it a bit of a fry more than a boil. Now, I've got a couple big pieces in there. I've got one more mid-sized piece. Yeah, we can squeeze it in there. And let's start with this and see how we go. Now, we're talking about 3 or so minutes. Get it nice and brown. Give it a flip, another 2 to 3, 4 minutes till it's cooked through, nice all the way through. Oh yeah, golden brown every day. Give it a flip. Guys, it's a piece of art. Oh, you just see by looking at it how crispy it is. Yeah, drip down. Let's get straight to batch number 2. Again, this stuff is hot, away from you, straight in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've taken the last of them off. Yes, they are looking bloody-tastic. Look at the covers here. Fire off. Ooh. Okay, carefully move that to the side. Now, oh my goodness, this is literally a work of art. What we're gonna do now is let it rest for a minute, let it cool down. We're gonna plate her up, we're gonna do a crunch test. We're gonna see exactly how we did. With this, what we normally serve it with is, honestly, anything. You can put a salad next to this, put a freaking spaghetti next to this, put some meatballs, it doesn't matter. This goes with everything. Point is, get on a plate, put some rice next to it. Now, one really good combination of this is Tabasco. I find that Tabasco just goes off. This is just a party. Now, if not, any sauce, anything. Now this, oh my goodness. All right. This is chicken boftek, chicken panne, Egyptian chicken schnitzel, chicken schnitty, however you want to call it. You cannot go wrong with this. It's a family favorite. Let's give it a go. All right, the crunch test. Oh, okay, moment of truth. This takes me back. Guys, Mark's Easy Eats, I've done it again. Make this one at home. Let me know in the comments how you go. This is a taste straight into Egypt, as I've said. Please enjoy. More importantly, subscribe to the bloody channel. Don't miss out on anything else. Press that bell somewhere on the page. I don't know where it is. Find it, press it, or tell you when I make the next video. Subscribe, like it, share it, do your thing. Guys, thanks again for joining me on another episode. I'll catch you next time. Cheers. I'm just so good. God damn.